Do you frequently feel burned out from serving others? Do you find yourself saying yes when you'd prefer to say no? It's likely that you're struggling with boundaries, and in today's video, we're going to talk about the 4 scriptures that will redefine your boundaries. Well, hey, my friend, in case we haven't met yet, my name is Kris Reece, and if you are looking to defeat life's devils, grow in your faith, and become everything God created you to be, go ahead and click that subscribe and notification button. The mark of a good Christian is to give until it hurts. Continue to sacrifice yourself. Isn't that what we're told? We're often driven by scriptures that say, it is better to give than to receive, overcome evil with good, and bear one another's burdens. And in doing so, we can often find ourselves used, hurt, and resentful. Look, God says He loves a cheerful giver, and you're likely not feeling very cheerful anymore. So, in order to feel like a good Christian, you feel you must give more, cheerfully. Look, takers and toxic people love conflicted Christians because they know that they will always try to do the right thing, even if it costs them, which is a perfect recipe for someone who's looking to take advantage of you. Did God really mean for you to continue to give of yourself until you're all used up? God gave us boundaries for protection. We have physical boundaries like property lines, but we also need to have personal boundaries as well. And there are some common boundaries that should be enforced, like those for physical harm. But there are other boundaries that are a little bit less clear. Is it okay to say no to my mother who's asking for money yet again? Is it okay to say no to the pastor's wife who's asking me to volunteer for the food drive again? Is it okay to not spend the holidays with my in-laws? Now, these are all personal boundaries that are going to vary from person to person. But in your decision-making process, I want you to consider these scriptures to help you determine if you need to give until it hurts. Number 1 is Matthew 7:6, and it reads, "Don't waste what is holy on people who are unholy. Don't throw your pearls to pigs. They will trample the pearls and then turn and attack you." Following this scripture, you can protect yourself from ungrateful people. You see, what Jesus is saying is do not waste good things on people who will not appreciate them. How many times do we give and give in hopes that these people are going to see Jesus in us? Doing that for certain people is about as foolish as giving the keys to your car to a toddler simply because you want them to be mature. God gave us discernment, and if you lack wisdom, ask God. He'll give it to you. James 1:5 reminds us that. And use that wisdom to determine where your heart, time, talent, money, and resources are best spent. The next is Matthew 10, verses 13 through 15. And verse 16, and it reads, "If the home is deserving, let your peace rest on it. If it is not, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave that home or town and shake the dust off your feet." Verse 16, "I am sending you out as a sheep among wolves. Therefore, be shrewd as snakes and innocent as doves." Jesus was preparing to send out His disciples. Remember, for the past few years, Jesus had been teaching on giving and loving others and leading them to the way. But here He's saying, if they don't receive you and your message, move on. Jesus knew that there were evil, wicked, toxic, dysfunctional people in this world, and He did not want His disciples wasting their time on such people. Move on. How often do we spend our precious time and energy to show someone where they're going wrong or try to convince them of their worth when Jesus said it's okay to move on? And maybe you can't move on physically from someone, but you can move on in your expectations of them. You can move on from their expectations of you. And there's too many people who want to hear what you have to say, my friend. Move on. And the next is Matthew 12, verses 46 through 50. And Jesus was speaking to the crowd, and His mother and brothers stood outside asking to speak to Him. Someone told Jesus, "Your mother and your brothers are standing outside. They want to speak to you." Jesus asked, "Who is my mother? Who are my brothers?" Then He pointed to His disciples and said, "Look, these are my mother and brothers. Anyone who does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother." Jesus' mother and brothers were trying to use their relationship with him to pull him away from the crowd that he was ministering to, and he denied them. He shut down family. How many times does your family pull the entitlement card? They feel that they can treat you however they want, take whatever they want from you, behave however they want. Jesus wasn't okay with this, and neither should you be. The next, Galatians 6:5, and it reads, "For each one should carry their own load." It's not uncommon for people to want others to do for them what they should be doing for themselves. They package their requests in desperation and manipulation. But the confusion comes in when we jump back up to Galatians 6:2, which reads, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." So this would seem like a contradiction, but Scripture is clear that we are to help people when they are truly in need of help. Otherwise, they are to carry their own load. Jesus never did things for people that they were capable of doing themselves. Even his healing required action on their part. So what's the difference? Think of it this way. If you went hiking with a friend and all of a sudden your friend started complaining and asking and demanding that you carry their backpack, that would be him trying to get you to carry his load, and it's wrong. However, if your friend sprained his ankle and now he could not carry his backpack any longer, you would take that backpack from him because it's become a burden that he needs some help with. My friend, don't do for others what they should be doing for themselves. You can and will often stunt their growth. Look, Jesus wasn't always nice. There were many people that Jesus didn't help, and those he did, he required something of them. Even the blind man Jesus healed in John chapter 9 had to walk a long way to get to the pool of Siloam to wash the mud out of his eyes. And he also told the rich young ruler that he couldn't help him until he gave all his money away, that money that was controlling him. That you can find in Matthew 19:16. And one of my all-time favorites is in Mark 3:9. You see, the crowds were following Jesus, and the news about his miracles were spreading. And instead of sticking around and getting drained dry, he instructed his disciples with this command: "Boys, get the boat ready, because when these people start asking me for more than I'm willing to give, we're out of here." Okay, I put that in my own words. Look, Jesus had boundaries, and so should we. Honor and protect that which God has entrusted to you. How do you set boundaries with toxic people? Let me know in the comments below. If you are struggling with toxic people in your life, I want to encourage you to grab our free Toxic People Survival Guide. I will go ahead and include a link in the description section below. If you have been enjoying the content on this channel, I want to invite you to become a member of Kris Reece Ministries. You can go to krisreece.com/member to join. It is free to join, and when you do, you will be sent a fresh new teaching every week, and you can respond to that email for prayer support from our ministry team. We would love to see you inside the community. Well, my friend, that's all the time that we have for today. Until next time, remember, all things are possible with God. Thank you for watching Christian Life TV. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, help us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ and build believers all around the world. Make a one-time donation or become a monthly partner with Kris Reece Ministries by clicking on the donate link now.